So it's just going to come up like, but this didn't come. So yeah, we're back live. What is this? The last game of day 2. Got the Czech Invitational 11 looking for their first win of the tournament. We've got Accord
Can't believe you did that.
playing their third game too.
Right here, man. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. I know I look like a shorter version, but I'm really not.
Accord will be fielding first. We're about 5 or 6 minutes away from the start of the 6th game of the tournament.
What's that? We're trying homework out tomorrow. Yeah. Do you have to do back-to-back second and third tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's fine. So they're trying to look at a combination where you. Yeah. Okay, then that will work.
Dobrý den, vítejte u živého přenosu třetího zápasu druhého dne, třetího zápasu českého týmu zde na Pepsi Cupu. Začneme už za chvíli a českému týmu se zatím nepodařilo zvítězit v úvodních zápasech. Nastoupí proti zatím nejslabšímu protivníkovi.
Finally get to do a game together, another game together, in the final. Let's work out from that. You guys better go on. It's difficult to be super democratic about the job.
Dobré počasí a bude to skvělý kriket. Zítra k vidění a nakonec i vyhlášení individuálních ocenění na světový trofea. Je to také stávající čerstvení a skvělá atmosféra a skvělý kriketská hra. Už nastupují teď.
So thank you, excellent explanation. I would love to join in Czech language, but my Czech is not strong enough, unfortunately. But I understand enough. Thank you so much for giving the summary of the tournament. So we have 2 teams here who are looking for their first win of the tournament. What's your tip? Who do you think is the stronger of the 2?
I think from what we've seen so far, I think the Invitational 11 would be my favourite. Accord yet to play today, but they look quite poised today and easily beaten by both their opponents. We talked about having to rethink their strategy and how they're going to play today. So we'll see what's changed.
Czech openers strolling out confidently. Opening bowler coming in from the Chateau end. We're so lucky we've got this beautiful scenic view here up in the northeast corner of Prague. In the distance there in the camera you can see Chateau of Skiernica. Obviously the batsman will be trying not to be distracted by that, focusing on the little white round object that is coming towards him.
Waving at you, Peter. Peter still okay. Just acknowledge. Yeah, I was about to say, can you hang on a moment? Obviously.
Padar's first ball squeezed through the offside there.
So the Invitation 11 have kept the same partnership here from last game. Producing this guy before he faces his first ball.
Nice ball, hunted down the ground to mid-on, quick signal. Nice accurate start here from the bowler. Czech team waiting for the opportunities to try and hit a boundary, but quite happy to pick up the singles to start with.
Just to the right of the coach tent here at third man, we've got Sandy, who I believe is the captain of the spoke to him before the game. He felt quite confident going into this game.
It'll be nice after the first couple of games. You know, I'm sure they'll be eager to get that win on the boards.
Yeah, first over. It's gone quite well for them here. 3 or 5 balls. A bit of an appeal there, but the umpire shakes his head.
And slapped into the covers. A good attempt there at Go. Just skipped up off the outfield. Batsman take a single. So we're finished. Got the first over, 4 for nothing. Nice tight start there.
To each of the batsmen.
This is very typical of a beautiful English cricket day, you know, sitting out in a beautiful field, watching the batsmen just nudge and nurdle the ball around, but I'm sure knowing the Czech team, it won't be long until we see some boom boom style, whether it's boom to the boundary or boom to the wickets, we will see. Oh, that's a nice cut shot there. That'll bring up the first boundary of the innings. Lovely stuff there from Grover, rocking back, slicing it away. Pierce the field and even up the hill. Just going to roll away.
Yeah, that was a shot.
Yep.
So
Yep, they're on 7. He's on 7.
doing well with confidence. So Region goes a bit finer. This time to the fielder, so they'll take the single.
Yeah, nice little nudge down to third man. Well fielded.
Is this the score on second? No, the one with
Oh, he fancied that one. Well fielded again down at short third man.
There was one with guys there. I don't know whether one of the guys. Yeah.
We've only got 2 men outside at the moment, both back at
So yeah,
protecting the leg side. Oh, 5 throwing.
Nice and steady start to it from station teams. It's just a block. So they end the second over on 11. Going nice and steady, just a couple balls there to end off the over. First boundary, rotating the strikes.
Yeah, do you wonder after those first 2 defeats of the Czech team going to try and concentrate on keeping wickets in hand and trying to hit later? Nice little whip there into the leg side and it beats the first fielder. Tempted for a second, but good arm on the fielder there down at deep mid wicket. Quite get all of that ball, but it's managed to pierce the field and probably get a couple for it. Tempted for a third. But it's a nice throw in.
boundary of the nicely wanted a single, but it wasn't on.
Good building from the bowler there. Bumped it into the leg side there from single. So yeah, just 5 off that over, the third over. Opening bowler here, Baba has conceded just 9 off the first 2, no boundaries. Just keeping it nice and tight. And the invitational team not taking too many risks.
Yeah, just going nicely. One boundary, getting the singles, 16 after 3 overs. But we Ramsey back for his second over.
Oh, hello. Shackle's broken. Very nice there. So that's Beatrice's first boundary of the innings. Moves the opening partnership there up to 20 off 19 balls. Good reply there from Tiagi. Makes a scamper through a single, but it's fast, on the money. Well, nudged away in the end, thank you.
They seem to be setting themselves in here nicely and building the innings, building some confidence. Trying to get a partnership here. They themselves in the last game experienced was a big partnership from 2 batsmen can do, so that's what they're trying here.
That was in the slot and he's put it right over the boundary. A couple of fielders out there, but he wasn't worried.
It's not for 6, so 2 boundaries in this over already.
That's the danger for Tiagi, you know, just he had a couple of balls there that went just outside the off stump that strayed a bit straight and gave Sahil the chance to free up his shoulders, take a big swing. Full toss there, didn't the fielder get it? Nicely done.
Cuts that off nicely.
Probably could have got a single there, but it's good work by the bowler getting around to it.
I reckon they could have just gone for a single, but Grover didn't want it. And that is end of over 4. 28 to a good over.
Yeah.
A good over for them. Did I get 12 off it? And partnership now up to 28. Building nicely.
Yeah, it looks like, I think is Baba staying on, or are they, there's a little consultation going on in the covers. wonder if we've got an injury. I think maybe Tiagi might have gone over on his hand off that last ball.
I didn't even know about that.
So is Baba going to continue, or can they try and hold him back for the death overs?
Fortunately, Mo made it into the Pepsi Cup so far.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that we had good.
Yeah, we do have a change of bowlers. Looks like it'll be the same right arm over medium pace. But who knows?
Discussions. No, I'm not quite sure. It's about it looks like playing now.
Oh yes, mid-off was a bit wide really, and Grover just went into that, pushed it through the vacant mid-off area.
Coaching first ball of the over. Yes.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, not much effort really. It's just a lovely little push, not a big swing.
Well timed and feels they had no chance of something that one.
Yeah, I think then.
But this is a guy who's on the attack. First move. I've been quite impressed with this opening partnership here so far. I think they've managed to limit the amount of balls which many batsmen have struggled with.
Nicely glided down to third man. It's good work down there by the fielder. Just a bit off camera, I know, but yes, the fielder made good ground and stuck his foot out there rather than going for the dive. Very good effort. Saved 2 runs at least. Oh, English misses the next one.
Shorter, it will bounce down.
It seems to come through with good pace. But yeah, if you can get your opening partnership through maybe the first 10 overs at a runnable, I know some teams might want to get more than that, but gives you a nice platform at least.
Yeah, from what we've seen so far here, a runnable really isn't as bad as it might seem in T20. Currently going just above that. Really good together.
Yeah, and there's always that easy single available. Batsman taking good advantage of it.
Yeah, and they seem fine with
How many
that
minutes?
easy single.
Okay,
And,
thanks.
27 without loss after 5 overs.
Yeah, and those last couple of overs, 21 off them, it does help to inject a bit of life into the team's attempt to set a decent target.
37 1.
How can Accord respond? Looks like we're getting a change of bowler.
Thank you.
Looks like the umpiring team are happy that everything is in order. Oh, hello.
Nice
That's
shot.
lovely.
Nice passes here.
Hit firmly and straight, and yeah, Sahil is feeling it at the moment.
And we just stopped in the long grass and an attempt to throw it back there.
Could have had us in
Guy
trouble.
with no number who bowled the last over, what's his name? The guy with no number, what's his name?
Slight fail.
Rohit Mukherjee.
From
We don't have him.
No, there's a mix-up. Oh, hang on.
co-commentator Phil. Fortunately for him, that's wasn't on camera. Oh,
Got a sweeper out there though, so
nicely.
is that going to limit them to a single? It does. I'd say Acord's ground fielding so far has been very decent.
Yeah, and I think the game overall has been quite tight and both teams doing fairly well. Yeah, it's another catch up. Feel they will have it again. So just a single.
Yeah, another easy nudge out there into the offside. This is maybe Accord's challenge here, that they're struggling to put pressure on the wickets, but also to even stop just an easy one. Oh, and Sahil he's not got all of that, but he took a big enough swing. Yeah. Went rolling down the hill there.
Big swing of the bats and went quite quickly actually. So another boundary.
So,
Apologies, the score on your screen will
you good? You good?
get updated.
You good? Yeah.
Oh, that was right on target. Took an unlucky bounce there off the carpet.
So they'll take the single.
Heading right towards the bowler, had a decent body in the way, but it skipped right up over his shoulder. A bit unlucky to lose one for that, but yes, another cut out into the offside, but the sweeper is well placed to limit that to a single.
So that's his end of over number 6, end of power play. Score
Average is 3 minutes ahead of time. 3 minutes
will
ahead
be
of time.
updated.
So yes, just bear with us. I think the score is displaying after 4 overs, but we've had 6 here. We just need to correct one of the bowler's names, so we'll get that caught up in the next couple of minutes. I believe we've got Rohit back on for his second over here. First over went for 9. This Czech opening partnership, we've got 6 overs on the board here. They're
49 runs.
building nicely.
So a good 6 over to end off the power play.
Yeah.
So he's
It's nice to see the kids here though.
बहुत कौशिक है ना
Obviously, we always have to be careful with the hard ball here. That
और विवेक कौशिक
kids are well protected.
मैं चेक करता हूँ
So,
Nice and tight again from Rohit.
this over's being bowled by a supposedly non-existent person. The scorers team are trying to get that sorted.
That was
Just
very
next to us here. Scoreboard updated for you.
Yeah, I think we can see from our viewpoint that was already drifting down leg side.
They'll take the run.
Well fended away there by Chris.
Yeah, and that is the 50-50-on partnership up for these two. They've looked really good out there batting together.
That's a good swing by Sahil, and that's beaten. Oh, there, away. Excuse me, my vantage point. I have the square leg umpire blocking up the deep mid on there. So that cuts it down to a single.
Over 7, and that will be on your screen now.
After the finger.
53 without loss. So Silver was bowled by Vivek Kaushik.
Looks like we've got another. No, sorry. We've got the same bowler back. I think it's Vivek, but bear with us. We're just checking details. Oh, a lusty swing there.
Yeah, to the fielder who he could have easily gotten to that to catch it just to the runs left here.
Some useful exuberance there. I'm not sure that would have been quite the dive to get that one. I think Longman took a business decision to not take the risk and just save the boundary. Oh, that one spun away from the fielder. Couple there.
So, right, Mukherjee and the score on your screen is now fully up to date.
We did a little spike there from Piyush down to Longman to keep that scoreboard ticking over. Oh, that was a tempter. Oh, so unlucky these situations. You think you've got a dot ball, but the keeper trying to pressure the batsman threw down the stumps and it bounced away, giving the batsman a chance to change ends.
Unnecessary runs being given away there by Accord.
Oh, that's so unlucky too. Eccentric bounce there. That really got up, and I think possibly the keeper was unsighted by the batsman too. It went skipping away into the wheat fields over there. For another 4 runs to the total. I mean, maybe the bowler's all right with it because they're not adding on to his total, these guys, but from a team perspective, all these runs are going to be extra runs that they have to face down.
It looks like batsman got something there because it's been cut down in the full.
Could have swapped that one into the leg side. Tempted for 2. Satnell's got his skates on. Nice. Put pressure on the fielders out there and get an extra run out of it.
So after 8 overs, going at run rate of 8, so I'd say that is pretty good.
So thank you very much. You're doing an excellent job here. I'm going to hand back to the professionals that we have on hand. Head on my motorway home. But I hope you're all enjoying this Pepsi Cup coverage. It's always a pleasure to bring the quality of cricket that we can offer here in Prague, and I hope everyone out there gets a chance to come and visit someday. Right, Phil, I'll let you come in. Take it.
Thanks, Dan Casey, for filling in there for first half hour of the match. Lovely to hear your dulcet tones here on the Cricket Academy YouTube chat for the match 6. Czech Republic, sorry, I can't call them Czech Republic. Invitational 11 versus Accord 11. Really appreciate Dan's input there on the chat.
Okay, I'll have to go see the
So, steady start. No wickets have been taken by Accord. The Invitational 11 after a bit of a good start. I can't really call it a bit of a flyer, but it's a good start. 8.1 overs gone, 68 on the board. Run rate is 8.3. Should be pushing on towards the 60s, 160, 170. If they can maintain their wickets and maintain the pace, obviously they'll probably do a bit better than that. Accord up against it to try to find a wicket. Don't know where they're going to find a wicket. Can anyone help me with that? Where can you find a wicket?
Yeah, the invitational openers here have looked really comfortable batting. I can't think of a moment where they looked like being out. So partnership of 69 now.
Yeah, they're doing very well. Yeah, I'm not sure where the Accord bowlers are going to find a wicket. They are struggling big time. I mean, they haven't been carted. That's one thing. The run rate is 8.3. It's not hasn't blown out. Oh. Fielder just literally went to his hands and just came straight back out again. They got to be a bit sharper than that in the field if they want to play tomorrow. I mean, everyone gets a game tomorrow, no, but they're just not looking great at the moment in the field. But flip side of the coin, Invitational 11, now pushing over 70 and pushing on to be quite a big score. It's going to be a big test of this run chase coming up. Who knows where they're going to land after their 20 overs. Swipe across the line there down to long on, just one run. So 8.4 overs through. Moshe, tell me, what do you think? What do you think the score is going to be? Where would you pin 2 bookends to say they're going to score in this sort of region if they keep going this rate? Just as that's been hooked over for a massive shot. That's a lovely hit, and that's gone for 4.
One bounce.
Yeah, one bounce. You're right, Pioche. Cracking on here, doing really well. Both batsmen going at a very good rate. But yeah, Masha, what do you reckon? Let me tell you what I think. I'm pinning on between 170 and 180, maybe 185 by the end of this 20 overs. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think it depends on how long these batsmen can stay. To be honest,
Yeah.
I think they scored 75 together in a partnership, and we've seen some big partnerships in recent games. So
Yes.
we'll see. They look good. Yeah,
They look comfortable, though, don't they? They
Yeah,
look
they
very
do.
comfortable.
and I probably predict the same region, but obviously it could change very quickly. But something that they've been doing very well so far is avoiding the dot balls. They've been rotating the strike, the occasional boundary in there, 2 fours, and 4 singles in that over. So really, the lack of dot balls for Accord is what could cost them.
Yeah, I think it's a really good observation. The lack of dot balls is probably it's going to be problematic, or currently even is problematic. Now the run rate 8.44, like I said, it hasn't blown out. They're not batting at 10 and over, but this 8.44 is with no wicket loss is a beautiful springboard for the next few batsmen who come in, when they come in, and if they come in. So it could be a bit of a tough ask for the last innings of the day for Accord to be chasing in the region of 180, maybe even more than 180 in the last in the last innings. There's still a bit of batting to go here. There's still 11 overs to come, and obviously the Invitational 11 do bat pretty deep. Yeah, I think a big score is coming. As you say, unless there's going to be a sudden breakthrough, but I can't see a shift in momentum at this point in time. I don't know where they're going to get it from.
Yeah, and we're starting at 10 over now. So once you've finished half your innings, without losing a wicket, you can then start to push on more. You can take more risks. Go for those big shots maybe. So yeah.
So true, absolutely true.
Invitation 11 with a nice platform to build on.
As we say that's well bowled. Sachin Goyal with his first ball. As you say, it's just starting the 10th over now. Yeah, totally agree. This is going to be very interesting stuff now. If they get to the end of this over without losing a wicket, which they haven't, because he's got a nick. No, hang on. Everyone's celebrating except the batsman and the umpire. That sounds like a not out to me.
Well, we hope the umpire would be celebrating. He should be doing that. But,
Yeah, thank you. Fair enough. Umpire shouldn't celebrate.
No signal from him.
No signal, no movement, no nothing.
The keeper and bowler looked shocked.
They did. But interestingly enough, though, they were the only people celebrating. They were sure they got their man. They were pretty confident they had something on Piyush then, but no.
Trying to put pressure on the umpire.
I've seen it before. Yep, definitely could have happened.
One ball by Sachin so far.
Good over so far, absolutely. Down the ground for one. Nicely collected. Yeah, that previous ball, a bit of a strange one. That really only bit of noise coming from the keeper and the bowler, and that was it. So not sure what they heard, but play on's the call. 77 for no loss. Yeah, nice gentle little prod there. Probably just reminding himself to keep that scoreboard ticking over. Don't sit on dot balls. Make sure you push them around for ones and twos. And then this is a big field. The field are back on the leg side. There's plenty of room everywhere on the ground. Straight is very safe shot as well, and that's going to go all the way for 4. I would have gone and fielded that myself, but I'm chatting with you guys in the chat, so I can't get it. Yeah. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see what happened there? Oh, that was so funny. I went to do an underarmer and an underarm throw back in, and it just stuck in my hand and just went straight out in the air. I tell you what's really funny is that the ECS last year, there was a player from Bruno. He was fielding down here in Cow Corner, and he stopped the ball with a fantastic dive, stop, recovery. and he was about to ping it back to the bowler, and he threw it underarm, and it got caught in his hand. He threw it over his head and over the boundary, so it actually went for 4. It was one of the most watched clips, and that's gone for 4. It's a lovely shot. It was one of the most watched clips for ECN last year on their social media. It was hilarious, and I was commentating at the time, and to see it happen was just unbelievable because he made such a fantastic dive to stop the boundary, and it just got caught in his hand. It was a very cold morning. It was still morning. There was a bit of light mist across the ground. There was a bit of drizzle. I think his hand got clammy or something, and in speaking to him afterwards, he was very embarrassed. But it was, I think it was Akash from Brunei. I think that's who it was. And apologies to Akash if it wasn't you, but I thought it was. Or was it? Yeah, I think it was. But yeah, hilarious. And that's exactly what happened to me just behind you. I went to throw the ball back underarm, went straight to the air, and my first thought was, yeah, that does happen. It does get stuck.
It's like you had like wicket-keeping going on.
Yeah, exactly. I just forgot to release the ball properly at the right time, and it went over my head. Clearly, been a long time since I've thrown a ball in anger. Held up play for a few extra seconds as well. That was probably the worst part.
We just heard from the scores messages. The overrated shots.
Yeah, that's all good.
On 86.
Oh, they're looking really good. They're building a fantastic platform for themselves to launch and for the next batsmen to come in and just go hard right from the get-go. That's been elevated. That's going to run away from the fielder, and that's going to go across the boundary for another boundary. Another 4. I think as soon as I saw that elevate over that fielder, I thought it was going to go all the way, and it just ran away from him. It's a tough afternoon in the field for Accord.
Yeah, and the batsmen looking confident as well in their forwards. We'll be seeing another half-century maybe.
A double half-century from one from each, yeah. That's right. This partnership now up to 90. Great opening partnership. Oh, this was smashed straight. Didn't quite have the same beans that the last shot in this direction had when it was hit straight, but they've gone for an easy 2. Yeah, I think both batsmen are eyeing off a 50 here. That's going to make him feel pretty good. Sahil Grover 46 from 29. Piyush Bagal 44 from 33.
Definitely going down like there. That is a desperate appeal.
Very ambitious.
From our point of view.
Yeah. It's like I said before. I'm just not sure where the wicket's going to come from. I'm not seeing something a bowler in Accord who can take the game away. Oh, that's a lovely shot. That's going to beat the fielder out to the boundary. Another 4.
Yeah, Accord in a tough position. Still haven't won a game, and invitation 11 looking really comfortable here.
Yeah, 97 for no loss. 10.4 overs gone. Piyush Singh Bagal is up to 48. He's on the cusp of bringing up a really good quick fire 50. And Sahil Grover is one shot away from getting a 50 as well. And there we go. Loud cheers from some of the spectators just away to our left here as someone from their team finally gets a wicket in the 11th over, and Piyush has come unstuck on 48.
Yeah, he tried to get it over the bowler's head, straight down the ground once again, but he just couldn't quite get enough on it. So caught a goal, and finally a breakthrough for Accord. So that half-century has come up for him, and the partnership was broken up on 97.
Yes, and I suspect Piyush Singh will feel he missed out on a pretty straightforward half-century there. The right idea to hit down the ground between the two deep fielders, because he'd done that earlier in the over and picked up 2 runs. There was an easy 2 there, and just not executed as well. Couldn't get elevation, and Sandeep Baba took a nice return catch. And those catches aren't always easy. They do come at you pretty fast sometimes, and they have got their first breakthrough.
Still sort of in the flow of the emotion from bowling the ball.
That's right. Yep. We were talking earlier about this ground is the Scott Page ground. One of my fondest memories of playing against the late Scott Page was he smacked a return catch to me in a match that we had, the Bohemians versus the Barbarians. That's been clipped away to the mound at the deep point boundary. Yeah, one of my fondest memories of playing against Scott Page was I was bowling to him and he danced down the wicket and absolutely launched a tracer bullet at me. Tracer bullet. And I missed the catch. And if you're going to ask me whereabouts in my body it hit, let me just say this, it missed both of my legs. And yeah, it was quite uncomfortable there for a moment. But the funny thing was, though, that he hit it so hard, and I put so much spin on the ball, you could actually see the ball deviating through the air as it was coming at me. And I just struggled. I've struggled to catch that ball, which is why I missed it. And obviously got hit in the very low abdominal region. And Scott and I were having a chat about it afterwards, and he said, Phil, I saw the ball moving through the air. I could tell you weren't going to catch it. I was confident you weren't. I saw that ball deviate. And we had a really good chat and a few beers after that. And obviously we had a laugh at my expense as well. One of my fondest memories of Scott Page. But Sandeep Baba made no mistake with there. Lovely, lovely catch. 11 overs gone. 98 for 1. So they've got the breakthrough. Can they capitalise? There's the question. Can Accord get on top now?
Well, I think it's the wicket of Sahil Grover that I want to get now. On 46 of 30, looking really good. And looks like seems to be a change of bowling. Yeah, Rohit Kamboj is
Rohit Kamboj, yep.
to bowl the 12th over. So,
and Divyendra Singh is the new batsman in, and he's a experienced campaigner, Divi. He's been around the national team for a little while now as well. I would expect him to get his head down and make a bit of a score here. But Rohit Kamboj, let's see how he goes. Chases a wide one.
yeah, and invitational batsmen we've talked about today. They've got a nice platform to build on now. You know they've still got plenty of wickets left, so they can go for it, and they take the single well.
Yeah.
Stop going out of cover.
Well, that's the thing is, I mean, yeah, they do have a really, really good platform, and I just hope they can capitalise on that. That, you know, that there's for their sake, of course, I hope they can capitalise on that. Obviously, the Accord supporters will be saying, well, you know, let's hope we can pick up a few wickets and pin this one back.
There are a few here just to the left of us.
Yep.
Team photographers, team supporters.
Lovely placement, isn't it? That's going to make the fielder run hard. He'll get it, though. He'll get it.
Is that 3 they've taken here? Keeper.
Very clever running. Really clever 3 runs there. They saw that there was a weak fielder with a weak arm. The wicket keeper had to go out to meet the catch. And, yeah, that 3 was on for a quick pair. Smart running. Really smart running.
Well run, and it was a nice shot as well, well placed.
It was, yeah.
I'll take the easy single there.
It's quite funny when you bring your partners to the cricket and they want to have a conversation with you. And that is very quickly given out. That was plumb. Umpire had no hesitation calling that, and I think that was on the dime. Divyendra Singh, who I just said will be after a big score, He hasn't done that. He hasn't troubled anyone. He's gone cheap.
So, Cambodia's first over.
Yeah, 1 for 6 in his first over. That wicket on the last ball of the over. Devendra will be very, very disappointed with that.
So, 2 quick wickets here for Accord, and they've managed to slow the run rate down a bit. So, hoping to continue like that.
Yeah, a little
It's
bit.
fine, Krishti, go for it. Thank you.
Just to the right of your screen, there's a surface. Slight manipulation.
Yeah, so this is why I don't bring my partner to the cricket. Anyway. 104 for 2, 12 overs gone. Interesting time now. Two wickets gone. Sahil Grover's still out there. I feel like Sahil Grover hasn't been on strike for a little while. I think the strike's been sort of taken by the other end. So Sazib Bhuyan is in. He's the new batsman. Let's see how Sazib goes. See if he can continue the good work that's been laid before him by Peer Singh. It's in the air, but it's going to fall safe. It's running away, but it will be cut off by the fieldsman out there. Sahil Grover has got his 50 and acknowledged by his dugout, his teammates.
Well batted.
Yeah, 50 off 33, batting at 150 strike rate. Yeah, lovely stuff from the old timer. Oh, I shouldn't call him that, but he is. He's been around longer than I have, I think. Yeah, very good innings here. Small celebration, but back into it again. He's going to want to kick on here.
Well left there and taking the quick run.
Very quick run calling through, but I got to say that was a good recovery by the wicketkeeper to get the ball down the bowler's end, wasn't it? Just after his fumble. But yeah, Bhuyan very keen to get on strike, turn it over. He winds up there, but goes straight to the fielder who spills it. And end up coming through for a comical dive home. They do get 2 though. I think Grover maybe thought he was in more trouble than he really was. And he's gone to ground. He's down. He's down. And now he's back up again.
Well run there, though, and seems.
Well, that sounded pretty good. Very woody. That's going to go for 4. Didn't middle it, but he got enough of that.
Yuski needs to score some runs. 6 off 2.
He didn't have a good match the previous match with the ball. He was getting knocked around a little bit. So I think he's going to want to dig in and get a few runs here to feel good about himself. And when it's his turn to bowl against these guys later, he's going to want to make sure his skipper throws in the ball and gives him an opportunity to get a few wickets as well.
I'll take number 2.
I mean, Sazib Bhuyan, he's a good player. He plays in the national team. He had a number of games in the Central European Cup just recently. He played very well in the ECS. He should have got a man of the match in the first day in the Central European Cup. He put in a fantastic effort with the ball. Missed out, but have no doubt he's a good player. Run rate's now up to over 9 and over. 117 for 2 with 1 more ball to come in this over. Trouble. Ooh. I think if that throw had been on the money, there could have been a little bit of trouble. Was it? Oh, free hit coming up then. Okay, well, the over is not over until it's over.
I'm sure Grover will enjoy this one.
Let's see what Sahil can do with this.
Careful. You go over the one. But just had a poker to her there, so
She should watch the play. Watch the play. Marcia just doing the right thing, just asking the spectator playing with her baby on the boundary line to keep her eye on the play at the same time. If that cricket ball comes at them at a rate of knots, there could be trouble. Good work, Marcia.
The overrated deteriorated. They're now 1 minute behind. The overrated deteriorated. They're now 1 minute behind. It has gone south quite significantly over the last 2 or 3 overs.
We're hearing the call. Overrated slowed up ever so slightly. There's 13 overs gone, 119 for 2 on the board. And yeah, Accord will need to be on top of that. Make sure they don't end up with any sort of penalties. They need to get on their bike and make sure they bowl these overs.
So let's come back for a second here. Maybe hoping to get the wicket of Sahil Grover as soon as possible.
Well, that's high. That's just one bounce to the fielder. Yeah, Sahil Grover, the set batsman. Although Sazib Bhuyan isn't mucking around, he's getting on his bike. He's trying to earn his spot here and get a few more runs. Let's see what he can do. It's just out for a single out to that sweeper on the square leg boundary. Just the one. Once again though, not too many dot balls in the Accord bowling. The Invitational 11 seem quite happy to pick up a single where they can't pick up anything like a boundary or a 2. Happy to push 1s when they're there. I think that's very intelligent batting. Oh, that's short. And I reckon he's got all of that. No, he's got 4, 1 bounce 4. I thought it was going to carry. I thought maybe the wind, but the wind has actually died a little bit. And I was watching the fielder's body language where he'd given up as soon as he started trotting towards it. But that was short, and Grover was onto that quick smart. And he's swiveled and he's pulled that away for a lovely shot. So Sahil Grover going at 56 from 37, batting very nicely for the Invitational 11. They are now 125 for 2 after 13.5 overs. That score is starting to get very scary for Accord. This partnership is now worth 22 after those 2 quick wickets from about 10 minutes ago. So Invitational 11 has steady things. And there's a catch taken there. Just had to be sure he held that as he went to ground, and he certainly did. And Sazib Bhuyan has come unstuck with what I would call a half-hearted, lofted cover drive that went a bit squarer than it probably needed to, and he's been picked up, and he's on his way for 10.
Yeah, he looks quite good batting there, but it's just one poor shot and he's off. So, wicket gone.
It's cruel for batsmen, isn't it? One poor shot, and that's it. That's all people remember you for. I mean, if you get 100, they remember you for 100, fair enough. But, yeah, one poor shot, and it's all done. As a bowler, one poor ball, that's all right. Hope the next ball will be better. Slight wobble in the camera there as Venky jumps in to stop the power from running out. Thank you, sir. We almost lost the juice to the feed. We're all good now. So, 126 for 3 on the ball to come in this over. Rohit Kamboj gets another wicket. He's now got 2 for 13 off his 1.5 overs. So he could do with the last ball now. As Naveen comes in, Naveen Gunasekaran. Ooh, it's the cry from the crowd. Actually, the players. And he finishes with a dot ball. So this is a good little bowling spell from Rohit Kamboj. He's brought it back. He's bowled 2 overs. He's got 2 wickets for 13. Doing a very good job for his team. 126 for 3 after 14. Run rate is around 9 runs and over. Still looking to score about the 180 mark though, as long as they can kick on and continue doing this. And 6 overs to go in this innings.
Yeah, he's performed very well so far, and bringing his team into slightly wickets. Just wait to see.
Yeah, I don't think Vivek is going to get another opportunity. He's gone for 37 off his 3. I think they would change the bowlers. They've gone with Rowan Tiagi.
Haven't been going pretty much better himself, but back after a short break, so maybe
Bit refreshed, possibly. But he's batting to the informed batsman, Sohail Grover. Punches him down the ground. They're going to look for 2 or just the 1? No, they're going to take the 4 instead. It's bisected the field perfectly. I thought the fielders were going to get to it. I thought they were. Yeah, I think that's a fair call. I think I was just being polite.
Fine line reaction. Yeah, he wasn't too happy with his teammates.
It wasn't. The body language is a bit. Guys, come on.
Oh, well, it came to him and he was to show how it's done.
That's right. Yeah, that was hit straight to that fielder who pinged it in, fired into the bowler's end, but they were home for a single there. Oh, it's gone aerial.
Oh, it's dropped. Fielder set himself for the catch.
Well, he had the other man running in. Was that the bowler trying to take a return catch? He had no right to enter that man's space, and he possibly might have put him off.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was looking directly at the sun from that angle.
Yeah,
so,
he did have the sun in his eyes, didn't he?
Doesn't make it easy.
Yeah. Yeah, the sun's in that part of the sky now. But Sharma is let off. White ball called.
After slight appeal from some of the fielders. Once again, appealing for.
It's astonishing how many times when there's a wide ball there's an appeal for something, as though the umpire is going to be distracted from calling it a wide. I think players underestimate how good the umpires are at times.
Another single line.
Down the ground, but straight to the fielder. Should be just 1, and is, unless there's an overthrow for some reason, and there's not. That'll be the end of the over. 15 overs gone, 137 for 3. Sohail Grover leading the way with 63, not out of 41, and he's joined by Ayush Sharma, who's currently on 4 runs for 4 balls. So 5 overs to go. Still thinking about 180 is the target. That's what I'm thinking. I still ask the question of where they're going to get a wicket from. How can they pin them down? Oh, we just heard that they're 2 minutes behind on the over rate. That's not good. That's not good at all.
Yeah, so they've got to try and squeeze out a bit here. Chris Cambridge will get his third over.
Yes.
Looking for his third wicket. He's gone for 13 of his 2 so far.
And if I'm not mistaken, in the first match yesterday, Accord got penalised for a slow over rate, didn't they?
Yeah, they got 10 runs.
That's right, yeah. 10-run penalty, yeah.
So that could really hurt them here. Help.
Ooh, that's hit the keeper right in the shoulder. He's immediately just, oh yeah, you feel that from here. That's cannon into his shoulder. Quick smart. His mate's gone over, give him a bit of a rub. Benky, run out there and give him a rub, mate. See if the genie comes out. Yeah, safely lofted down the ground. Just for one. Don't think they're going to get a second. Oh, that's a great throw. Fantastic throw from Rohit down on the boundary in front of us here. Hit the stumps, kept it to 1. Good work.
Putting the stumps up here, rubbed up with the time.
It won't. There for the fielders out there. It's going to go straight between them. Straight between them for 4. That was perfectly executed. Probably need a slide rule on a protractor to work out those angles, but he's bisected the field perfectly. So another 4. Sahil Grover continues. Could he push for 100? Is that possible? Or is that just ridiculous? Phil and I should just shut up. What do you think? 67 or 42? There's time. There's plenty of time.
There is time, and he's got 9 fours and a 6, so
he's got the aggression.
He's got the boundary.
Oh, that was so close to a catch. Made so much ground. Oh, that was brilliant effort. He'll be gutted he couldn't hold it.
To get to the ball.
He did. Made excellent distance.
Just spilt it. Quick return. It's just a single. Big swing is there from Sharma.
Yeah, Sharma, he didn't have much of a backlift there. It was all sort of just push it from a stance and try and see where it goes. Maybe try to work a single. But 1 ball the over to come now. This is the last ball of the 16th over. He goes behind with a dodgy edge and the fielder's missed it. It's going to run away for 4. Oh, the dodgy outside edge. The fielder was he completely mistimed. He got it all wrong. He was about as far away from being right as you can get. And so now 147 for 3 after 16. And Accord are going to have a big total to chase when it's their turn to bat in about half an hour's time. Because we've still got 4 overs to go in this innings. There's still a lot of damage to be done. It's been a very good batting display here by the Invitational 11, led by Sahil Grover, a 68 not out at the moment. He'll be facing the start of this over. And 4 overs to go. Not sure where the wicket's going to come from. I think some of the wickets have been quite freaky. There was a very good caught and bowler by Sandeep Baba not too long ago. That's just been pretty much bunted down by Sahil, just into the ground, fielded by the keeper, no run.
100 seems to be out of reach now, but could quite easily move into the 80s at least.
You can see the fielder out there at long on, going with the long boundary, the long barrier there to prevent the ball getting past him. There's been a few hiccups down to that part of the ground in this innings. Sharma going for a swipe, but no succeeding in getting some body contact. Sahil Grover calling through for a quick single, well run.
Well run on it.
Or gives him the dance. Has he got enough of it? No, he doesn't. He's been caught on the boundary line for a fantastic 69 runs off 46 balls. But he's come unstuck with a quick dance down the wicket. But unfortunately, the fielder down there has moved across and pouched it very nicely. Good judge catch. And that's the end of Sahil Grover.
Yeah, taken well.
Yeah, very good catch down there. But Sahil can hold his head up high. He's batted very well. Very good score. Yeah, his teammates are going to give him a good applause as he comes off.
Yeah, well batted. He looked good out there.
He looked very good, didn't he? He looked really, really good. And he's given his teammates who come in afterwards something to go for in the knowledge that they've already got a good score on the board. Well, that's up in the air as well, but that's into the gap. It's going to trickle out to the field. It's going to come in a long way. I think the fielder on the boundary didn't run in because I think he thought the infielder was going to run back and field it, and then it was just a bit of a mess up, and 2 runs were taken. In the end, actually, quite a comfortable 2 runs. Naveen Gunasekaran is the new batsman in. And that's got past the fielder, and that's 4. Yeah, he's clipped that just ever so fine, and it's got through the fielder, and well, you know, I hate going to stereotypical comments, but that fielder had one job, and he frothed it. Unfortunate. That's exactly what he was there for.
Good start to this partnership here. They've still got plenty of wickets left with only 3 overs remaining, so they've got a nice platform to go for it now and try to push into that sort of 180 region. They're getting score 182 right now.
Yeah, that 182 score has been on the board for a few overs now. So they're basically been very consistent with their run rate.
Yeah,
and 182, I've seen that figure a few times since we've been chatting here.
Yeah, the consistency's been key, I think, yeah.
Really good.
And, intelligent batting. Not look to smash it 6 off every ball.
Yeah.
But when it's just not being there, they've happily taken the 3 rotating this play and taken the opportunity to get the boundaries when they came up.
Yeah, the loose deliveries have been put away, and that's a sign of good batting. And not many dot balls. Well, there's one. There's one of them.
A big swing from Sharma there.
Yeah, Rohit Kamboj, he gave a little bit extra in that delivery and really pushed it through. Well, there's another one. Wow. Commentator's curse striking again. Ayush Sharma, who hasn't had a great day with the bat. See how he goes.
Ooh.
Ooh.
He wants to run.
How's the umpire see it? The umpire says it's out.
Well,
Sharma couldn't get back in time.
He got dropped by the bowler.
Yeah.
Hit it straight at him, and then good reactions from Kamboj to throw it straight back. And,
affected the run out with the keeper at the keeper's end. Yeah, really, really good recovery from spilling that catch. And he's managed to get rid of Ayush Sharma, who has managed to get himself 10 runs, but not bothered them too much. So
wanted the run there, he was pushing for it.
Yeah.
He got sent back and run out in the end. So,
and more importantly for Accord, that's effectively 3 dot balls in a row in this over.
Yeah, we've said there's not been many.
They've gone and they've shown me. They've said, listen to that guy on comms. Listen to what he's saying. Let's give him some dot balls in a row. And fair enough. I put my hand up and say fine.
Just 3 more dots of wicket maiden.
3 to come. 3 balls to come. This
Oh, that would be spectacular. Yeah. We did have a maiden in. Was it the last innings or last match? We had one maiden, not a wicket maiden, just a maiden, and that was impressive. 2 maidens in the tournament thus far, says Venki over my shoulder. Don't know what he's doing there.
Stats
Oh, there goes the chance for a maiden. It's been hit down the ground just for one. Just the one. So, Path is the new batsman. Baladolia. Yeah, that's a little bit slack from the fielder out there. Just wandered in to field the ball, and the batsman scampered through for two. It's a little bit relaxed on the boundary out there at point. Last ball of the 18th over coming up, 158 for 5 on the scoreboard. Smack that's coming our way. That could be a catch opportunity. Oh, just through his fingertips. He was probably 1 metre shy of being able to cup that one and then take the catch. So close.
Initially, when it was in the air, it looked like it was going to go all the way, but
yeah, I thought he had more on
You need
that.
to get the last over started in 6 minutes.
And
I'll also make the observation that the changeover between the overs, the previous over, was nearly 90 seconds.
Mm.
So there's a lot of time being eroded between overs, just so you're aware.
That's Barber who's fielding down in front of us here. Yeah, no, absolutely true. So 18 overs gone, 160 for 5 on the board. Our projected run rates just dropped below 180 for the first time in a little while. That last over went for 5 runs, but there were 3 dot balls. Very important dot balls for our record. But they've already got a bit of a monumentous score to chase down, considering, and I'm saying that under consideration that I have seen them bat, and I'm not sure where the strength is going to come from. But hey, you know, the door is open for them to prove me wrong, and I look forward to them when they do come out and bat and try to take a victory here, a very important victory if they can snatch it. Yeah, the kick can make all the difference. You never know. Never know.
It's I'd say the score that the international invitation are aiming for isn't a good score just against Accord. I think it could be very defendable against as much anyone.
Yeah, they've had a good innings with the bat here, have the Invitation 11, very good. You know, even that little shot there, just tucked around the corner for twos. You can pick up twos all day, you're going to make a mammoth score. So that was a lovely little shot from Path. Tucked it away again, but this time it goes a little bit quicker to the boundary rider, who comes out faster than he did a few balls ago. Fires a return in, so it's just the single. So moving on strike now. He's hit that very square on the offside. Return coming in. Oh, there's trouble.
Miscommunication.
Yeah, terrible miscommunication there. That's a good arm. Yeah, the fielder over on the yeah, the boundary rider over on the other side of the ground. As we're looking down the ground, on the eastern side of the ground, he's got a rocket arm, and they had changed him over, and they took him on the wrong one, and yeah, bad miscommunication affected the run out there. And Javid Iqbal. Is the new batsman in? Javid Iqbal, who had a good match in the last match with the ball. So 164 for 6, 18.4. That's just a single down the ground. Yeah, well, I've seen Javid Iqbal belt the absolute cover off a cricket ball in a few matches in the past, but that was a few years ago. See what he and his batting partner can do in the last 7 balls. Oh, he's put that one into the field. Lovely shot. Path has gone all the way for a 6. And it's time to go potato hunting.
So
He's found it already. They're getting very good at this.
19 overs done, 171 for 6. So that's 180 score.
Got to 1.
Yep.
One with a run out, 1 6.
Current run rate is exactly 9 runs and over, so another 9 runs will get them to the 180. And
Average is good.
I'm sure they're
Average is good,
already
no
happy.
penalties.
Okay, we've just heard from Nexus that the over rate is fine, no penalty runs, and our court will be very happy to hear that. Yeah, another 9 runs gets them to 180. The score is already very good for this Invitational level. I think they'll be very happy with what they've got so far. But it's left to see how this final over pans out. Oh, in at the body. I do believe there were calls from the fielders to not have a shy at the stumps. And I think the batsman might have taken that hit in a very lower abdominal region. They just give him just a moment's discomfort. Probably needs a bit of Voltarol or some sort of medicinal cream to sort of sort that one out, but he'll be fine. A few deep breaths. It's a good line from Sandeep, who's bowling very well.
Looking for 2, but it's just not on.
Yeah, Sandeep on top here, he's bowling very well. Ooh, swish. Just comes off the body just for a single. Yeah, good death bowling this. Very good. It's making that 180 just not possible.
Yeah, Sandeep's taken this last over well.
Batsman going for 2. It's going to be sharp.
Score is 176. Score to take 1.
It's been given.
And he has been given. There was a moment's hesitation there.
Looked out to me and
It looked out from here, didn't it?
yeah, as well.
Yeah.
She was absolutely sure running past the umpire.
he ran past as though just to stamp his authority on the appeal. That was quite amusing. As though the players sometimes forget that the umpires know what they're doing. They probably know more about what they're doing than the players do. But yeah, square leg umpire runs past the square leg fielder runs past the umpire just to indicate to him you have to raise your finger and give that out. Square leg umpire in his own time, as he quite rightly should, had a good look and raised his finger, said you're on your way.
So 173, 4, 7 now. Invitation level. Just a couple more left.
Yeah, Sandeep doing very well in this over, isn't he?
Yeah, he's managed to limit the runs scored.
It's still a mammoth score on the board, but this is a good performance here from Sandeep with the ball.
Big swing and miss. They'll take the single. Keeper couldn't quite hit the stumps.
Taking anything on offer there, just that one by.
From short
Yep.
distances.
Keeper couldn't do anything to prevent that.
It's very well run. You might as well try and push
Why not?
for that single.
Yeah, absolutely, why not?
Yeah, their total is pretty good here.
They're going to look for 2. Oh no! Oh no! It's almost trickled across. It's gone for 4. There's a misfield in front of us. It's gone for 4. That's going to sting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be disappointing.
4 to end the innings there. One team just don't want to be giving away.
Yeah, I think that fielder out there, he won't want to make eye contact with Sandeep for probably the next 5 years, I reckon, because Sandeep is walking off. He's got a face like thunder right now. I've seen that face before. My wife makes that face when I come home drunk at 3 in the morning. That's he's not looking happy at all. And the fielder himself, he's gone off for a walk. He's had to think about things and about life in general. Yeah. But the score was already on the board, I have to say. The score was already on the board. So, you know, I kind of feel like it was almost academic that last boundary was hit. The confirmation, the final score lands on 179 for 7 after 20 overs. Just updating the scoreboard, the electronic scoreboard, to make sure everything's all in alignment.
So just show that's 180.
Oh, 180. 180 is the final score for 7.
Okay, so
Thank you very much, Richard. Thank you.
They have made the 180 mark.
They've made the 180, which is what we were talking about for most of the second half of that innings. So there you go.
Good score that, I'd say. We've seen
Sledgehammer
put up over 200 and 192, but I think this is a very good score, 180, and very defendable, and have to back the invitation 11 here to do well.
I completely agree with you there, Moshe. I can't see Accord getting 180. I think the bowling attack for the Invitation 11 is better, and therefore I think that they will defend this. But you know what? The challenge is there for Accord. They've got to find something in their batting lineup. They have to go really deep here, and they've got to really pull out all the stuff to pull out a win. If they can win, they go into 3rd position, and that will be massive, massive going into tomorrow's finals, because that will just give them obviously the edge over teams like 4th. That's why you finish 3rd. You're going to get a better chance at the finals. So it's a lot to be done here for them when they come back to bat in about 15 minutes. But this has been a fantastic batting performance led by Sahil Grover with a very good half century, and ably assisted by most of the batting in the lineup there. Piyush had a fantastic 48. Bit harsh that he didn't get his 50. They had a very good opening stance. I think the opening stance was just 97. Under 100. It was 97. Thank you.
Partnership with 97, which enabled their teammates to go for it a bit more and more scoring sort of over 10s.
The updated score is on the ticker there for you to have a look at.
180 for 7, the final score then.
187, the final score. That's right. It's funny when you look at the scorecard for the Invitation 11. Obviously, the top 2 were doing all the damage, and you can see there that the batsman who came after him pretty much scores of 5, 10, 10, 11, 12, 6. These sorts of scores, done in quick time, but for the sort of contribution, really in terms of the big amount, the same as Sahil Grover and Piyush Singh did. For Accord, I thought Sandeep bowled really well. I don't think there's a lot to sort of praise too much in the bowling beyond that. They bowled okay, but at this sort of level, I think they might find someone else, a good stroke bowler. But Sandeep impressed me. He had a really good caught and bowled, and he bowled a bit of pace and venom there towards the end. It was unfortunate that 4 got through, because I really thought he had done a lot there in that last over. But who knows? Accord have got a bit of work in front of him.
Yeah, 180 wants to win. Obviously, it's going to be easy.
Yeah. So I'd say what we'll do. We'll take a quick break. We'll take a 15-minute break. We'll be back here in 15 with the resumption with the run chase, and we'll see you back here. Don't go too far. These guys not know what a camera is.
See you for nope.
Live now.
That was a dot.
Okay.
And who is kicking on?
Welcome back to Vinor in Prague. You're listening to me, Phil G, the voice of Czech cricket, bringing you this run chase by the Accord team, chasing down 181 for victory. There's a fair bit of work for them to do here in the next 20 overs. Invitational 11 scored 180 for 7 after their 20, and there so far has been 2 dot balls. And yeah, like I said, there's a fair bit of work for the Accord bowlers. Sorry, the Accord batsmen. The bowlers have already done their job, and they've set a target for their batsmen of 180, 181. And the Invitational 11 are looking for their first wicket, trying to get a breakthrough. That's down leg side, that's a wide.
That's dot wide. Frankie going with the ball.
Just make sure the score is. Oh, there it is. Oh, good, you've got it. I could see it.
So everyone, welcome back and welcome back with a wicket there, nicely taken.
That's good timing, Moshe. You've done that well. You've come back just in time to call a wicket.
So Czech continuing his good form with the ball, as well taking the 1-for-1 Accord. Would have opened up as a start, I'm sure.
I reckon they would have as well, yes. They've got a very tall order in front of them, as I was saying just earlier. 9.15 the required run rate, a 181 to score a victory here to get the points. These two teams are currently pointless. I mean that explicitly in the terms it's intended. They don't have points in this Pepsi Cup. They're both winless and they're looking to take a win off each other. But they've both got a bit of work to do. The Invitational 11 have already batted. They put 180 on the board. They now need to bowl very well and very tight to restrict Accord to less than that, or even to bowl them out. Accord, on the other hand, have got it all in front of them. They need to score 181 to take the chocolates and to claim the victory and to get that point on the board, that critical point to push them up to third before tomorrow's finals matches. Once again, it's Javed Iqbal opening the bowling for the Invitational 11. And the score is currently 1-for-1. So not an auspicious start in this run chase by the team Accord. So that's a good shot. That's lifted over the infield. It's going to pull up a little bit though, so he definitely didn't get enough on that.
Yeah, it looked like he was definitely going for 4 runs, but
Yeah, it looked like a likely shot. Very nice hit. Score moves to 3-for-1. Last ball the over coming up from Javed Iqbal. It's a short one over the shoulders. Yes, umpire technically correct in signaling signaling one short ball for the over, but it is indeed the last ball of the over. 3-for-1 off that first over. So, not a great start for Accord. They probably would have liked to have got a few more runs and a few less wickets in that over to start their run chase. And of course the Invitational 11 are probably quite happy with that over.
yeah, well bowled by Iqbal, and good start indeed. Interestingly, once again, the Invitational 11 playing with a slate. Yeah.
Yes.
I've not seen many teams do them. Actually, in their first game, was it, I think, there was a drop in So,
There was,
well
yes.
positioned, but couldn't quite take it.
Yes, had the right idea, just poor execution. But yes, a slip in place. That's a good observation, that. And there's, what else we got? We've got a short fine leg with a regulation third man, and the other man on the boundary, why can't I see him? Oh, he smushed that straight over the top of the bowler. That's going to go all the way for 4. That's not going to be chased down. And yes, big encouragement from their teammates from the dugout. That's a lovely strike down the ground.
Just over the bowler's head, nice and flat.
And Taylor with a strike. Yeah, where's the other deep fielder? Why can't, or have they only got one person out?
Got one off here now. Right, straight to long on it is.
Straight to that man who we were looking for, long off. Lucky they got him out there. So now they've got protection straight, and they've got protection off the pads. Sorry, protection on the offside, deep behind the keeper. This is Abdul Fahad, who impressed us earlier. Who, funny enough, went for a boundary off his first ball of his first spell in the last match. Oh, he could be going for another one here. No, it's going to pull up.
Slowed down in the outfield.
Yeah, we've got to remember it's getting late in the day. These players, well, this team, this is their third T20 in a row today. They have rotated the players. I think the general rule of thumb was that each player would get 2 matches today. So hopefully there's not too many tired legs out there. But 3 T20 matches in one day is testing a bit of stamina.
Yeah, but conditions could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot warmer, which is a bit harder.
Yeah.
It's been in and around the sort of 20-degree region all day with a slight breeze.
Yep.
Picking up to maybe a wind occasionally. But it's been nice, and hopefully no rain to come, which isn't forecasted. It doesn't look like it's going to rain.
Yeah, the skies are cleared pretty nicely, haven't they? Oh, that's a wild ball.
Toss, which he has hit. Well, I'll take a single.
Yeah, that was a strange old delivery. That maybe he slipped out of the hand or something, but yeah, strange old delivery. Just wide and full, and picked up on the full, but unfortunately not put away. So Fahad is over. Has gone a little bit wayward here from what we're used to seeing. He's already gone for 9. And that's better. Just pushed ever so gently down the ground on the onside, just for 1. That completes the second over. 12 for 1 on the board. Sorry, 13 for 1 on the board, correct? 13 for 1 on the board after 2.
Yeah, so much better second over there. I called the ball of that.
Yeah, Fahad he was just struggling there with his line, wasn't he? Just, well, actually, probably his length as well. He just couldn't put it where he wanted to. And he got taken for a few, got a hit for 4 off his first ball, and everyone was a little bit wayward after that. So let's see how Javandic ball goes. Let's see if Accord can continue on their merry way and force the issue. Streaky little Reg. But straight to the fielder, but they've already threw for a run before the fielder realises he has to throw the ball back.
The spectators enjoying themselves.
Yeah, they like tunes, don't they? Like to bring some tunes to the cricket. So if that's getting picked up in the effects mic, that's not us. That's the E-chord supporters there, playing tunes for their players. Short ball, batsman goes under it, called a wide.
A-chord coming all the way from India, having quite a few non-playing spectators here as well.
They do have a lot of spectators, yeah. It's good to see support though.
Come back to Vinor to
Why not go to Prague and have spend a weekend in Prague playing cricket? Anyone who wants to do that from around the world, get in touch with us. We'll make it happen. That's great to deliver. That's definitely too high though to be given out. It might have been the line, but it was way too high. Definitely going over the stumps. I think they all realise that. So yeah, I mean, we're always looking for international teams who want to come to Prague and have a weekend here with a bit of cricket. We've got great facilities here at the ground of Vinor, just on the outskirts of Prague, on the northeast side of the city. It's not too far from the main town. It's pretty easy to get to. A lot of parking, a lot of expensive area, and farm fields in the background as far as the eye can see, which the camera's just picking up just to the left of screen.
beautiful
Shot. That'll run away, won't it?
Yes. 4-4. So,
Yeah, Manoj Payal there with a lovely shot.
picking up. Yes,
Yep. Getting on their bike now. Into the third over. Score up to 19 for 1. That was a lovely strike through the offside. A few more of those and a few less wickets, and they're going to be challenging this Invitational 11. Struck down the ground, straight to the field, just for the single.
easy.
Wow. I can't really talk about the music. I mean, I like heavy metal. Some people don't like that, so let's just watch the cricket instead. Yeah, no run there. Fielder in quick, nice and sharpish. Keeps it to a dot ball. Sort of feel the Invitational 11 probably want a few more dot balls, get a bit of pressure on the batsman, force maybe a few errors. Don't want to give them too many easy runs. I know they got a good score on the board, but they've still got to do a lot of work in the field to keep it to that. Oh, sharp opportunity, spilled, but oh, he made good ground. Yeah, that'll sting a little bit. Almost pulled off a ripper of a catch there, the man in at that short backward point position. Almost pulled it off. And instead, they get a life. Accord. 21 for 1, 3 overs gone, and a steady start here after that early wicket loss.
Yeah, that could have been quite a big wicket.
That could have been massive.
For the Invitational 11.
Now, interesting here that Farhad's not going to continue bowling. He's come off. And the new bowler is Ray Arolu. So obviously Farhad wasn't feeling like that was really working for him in that previous over of his. So the run rate at 9.4 required. Accord to kick on now. Still in the power play, still 3 overs to go in the power play. Cover a deep ass on the leg side.
Straight back over the bowler's head.
And the second deep fielder is fielding the ball right now as we speak at a long on position. And just the one.
By Farhad with a long run here.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't take the ball for this over. Maybe he
I mean,
wasn't
he
feeling
was
right.
Safe
To the end, do you think? In case things get a bit sticky, maybe bring one at the end. Yeah, maybe that's what the skipper's doing, saving his strike bowler just in case they get a bit close.
Well, they did get into a bit of trouble in the last game, sort of in the middle of the innings.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
They didn't really have anyone who was bowling well. Left, and that's appeal.
And that's given.
Given out.
Yeah, swipe across the line. He was bowling stump to stump. batsman standing
Can't believe
there.
it.
Not sure if the batsman needs an invitation to leave or not. I'm not too sure what's going on, but I'm pretty sure the umpire gave him out. Umpire's having a conversation with the player. Not sure what the batsman was hesitant for.
Consider descent. Consider descent.
Interesting.
Can't believe it, the batsman.
Batsman not happy. Not sure what that was about. But when the umpire raised his finger, you're out. And no amount of argument is going to change that.
We can't supply you with cigarette. Cigarette lighter. No, look. It's not reasonable to ask this area for cigarette lighter. So, lighter. Who do you think we are?
The most bizarre request of the scorer umpire's team for a cigarette lighter just then. That's the first time I've ever heard that before in my life. But a very disappointed batsman coming off here from giving LB. Obviously,
Still shaking his head.
Still shaking his head. He saw something that we didn't see, so I'm not sure what that's about. But either way you look at it, they are 2 for 22, as Richie Beno would once say, in 3.3 overs. And that was a big wicket. So, Rowan Tiagi, new batsman to the crease. A bit wayward down leg side there.
Well, what was the name of the batsman? She's coming in. B-A-Y.
So, bowler in again. Ooh, big swipe. Big swipe, just a little bit of way movement there, and the batsman not really to the pitch of the ball. Mind you, though, if it connects, it could rocket for an edge down to the fieldsman at third man. Connects with that, ooh, gets through the player. I think he got a little bit on that, just to take a bit of pace off.
I'll take the 2.
And a well run too. Punch very hard into the through point, but as I said, through the point fielder, and 2 runs.
It's in the air.
It's been
Over
elevated
the fielder.
safely. It's going to run away from the fielder. Unless he puts in a dive, which he won't, and I'm glad he didn't because he would have hurt himself. Last ball of the over, and that's a 4, a well-needed 4 for a chord.
Cheers there from their supporters. 29 for 2 after 4 overs. I mean, they are still about two below the required run rates.
Yep.
But it feels like they've batted quite well.
Peter, this is
To their other games.
If you want to make the report, don't worry, I've made them notes
Yeah.
of the details.
Yeah, I agree.
of the situation.
I think they're batting okay. They're striking the ball well. They're seeing the ball well. It's a tough bowling attack they've got to bat against, and under the circumstances, I don't think they're doing too badly. The current run rate is 7.25. It's only 4 overs gone. So if they can motor up to into the 40s before the power play's finished, then why not? There's every opportunity, but their middle order is going to have to make a real fist of this against a pretty good bowling attack, but they're going to have to be knocking a few rounds. They're going to have to probably be a little bit inventive as well to do this, but there's no reason they can't do it.
Yeah, and they probably faced invitational 11's best bowlers so far. So they're doing quite well.
Well, Javed Iqbal's bowling very well. He's been very economical. He's just started his 3rd over. Yep. So I think they'll do well to see off Javed Iqbal and try to take him for a 5 or 6 runs and over if they can, and not lose a wicket. If they can do that, to me that will be a win in my books for a board. They've had a look at Fahad, who only bowled the 1 over, and he'll come back later to try to get into their middle order. Yeah, I guess if if you don't use your feet, you're not going to get to pitch the ball, and that sort of shot's going to happen. Just a bit of a nothing attempt there. So the batsmen need to be on here. Need to be very, very, very sharpish against this bowling attack.
Quick stretch there for the to face the next ball.
I think he was subtly trying to tell us the reason he missed that was because he wasn't stretched enough.
He has hit it this time. There's no runs there.
Yeah. He's a little bit unsure here against Java Iqbal. I think Iqbal's bowled very well today. I think there was maybe one over where he was a little bit expensive earlier on, but he's bowled in all 3 matches and he's bowled quite well. He got a 4-for in the last match, close to a 5-for. It's another one. How about that? 5 dot balls in a row.
And, well, we mentioned a couple of times in the Invitation 11's innings that they did well to limit the amount of dot balls, rotate the strike. Not doing that here. And, well, it's amazing.
He's got himself a maiden, the 3rd one in this tournament, and the 2nd one today. That's incredibly well bowled from Java Iqbal. Really, really well bowled. For a team that needed to be making runs early in the power play, to be chasing a massive score of 181, and he's kept them to a maiden. Yeah, great bowling, fantastic bowling from the Java Iqbal.
Kaushik struggling there.
He was. He's on 9 from 16. His batting partner Rowan Tiagi, he's only faced 3 balls. He's got on 6 runs. It's just made that slope ever more steeper now as the run rate climbs over 10 per over required. Bit of a shout there. Obviously the ball was missing. Umpire wanted to know nothing about that. Aditya back for his 2nd over. Bowled pretty well on the first one, picked up a wicket on his first over. It's interesting, Tiagi, he's got a pretty high backlift. You see the bat's coming down from quite a height to block. So maybe a couple of slow balls followed by a quick ball, he could come unstuck. Just watching here on his backlift. Yeah, he really does wind up. But he's gonna get. Oh, spilled opportunity. There were 3 players, 3 fielders, all converging, and they all left it for one player. Just wasn't set, was he? The fielder just wasn't set.
Yeah, and finally some runs after 8 dot balls in a row. We finally get some runs.
Yeah.
I mean, not in the most convincing way,
but still,
there are runs and they'll be happy about that.
There's been a string of dot balls and they finally picked up a couple. And there's another dot ball. Yeah, did you notice Rohan's backlift? Very high backlift. And obviously when he follows through, he's going to get a lot of power in that shot. A lot of power.
That shot was hit very powerfully too. So
straight to the fielder. Yep. And just chipped away for 1. So a bit tough going here. The Invitational 11 bowlers are on the money. And they're making things very difficult for Accord, who are really struggling to find a way to score here. 149 runs needed from 85 deliveries, run rate over 10.5. Very difficult going. There's a swipe across the line. There should be 2 there. No, they hesitate, and it's just the one that ball's been rifled back in. Very good. That's far hard in the deep, isn't it? Yeah, beautiful.
So that's the end of over number 6, end of the power play, 33-4-2. So the Invitation 11 putting some pressure on Ackerman, and some of their best balls still got a couple overs left. What would you do as the captain now? Would you finish off your best ballers over the spell and hope for a few more overs?
I would bowl Jarvik Bell for one more over. I would finish him. I think there's value in that to keep more pressure on. There's currently a lot of pressure on a court already, but I suspect that if Jarvik Bell can bowl another really tight over, a maiden, or only go for one or two, that pressure on a court will really take the game away from him. That run rate, when it starts getting up to 2 runs per ball needed, up to 12 runs and over, that's where teams start to panic, because getting 2 runs per ball, it's not mission impossible time, but it's mission difficult. It's really, really tough. And the way a run rate will accelerate when it gets over 12, suddenly it's on 13, and 2 overs later it's pushing 15, and that's when teams start to collapse and they realise we've left our run too late. So yeah, I would definitely bowl Jarvik Bell. I think the way that they'll win this is by pressuring the Accord batsmen. Am I hearing a military aircraft behind us? Commercial, okay. That sounded very unusual coming from behind us. So that'd be my battle plan, and it looks like
yeah, I agree. I think even though some of your weaker bowlers might be on later on in the game, it might already be lost at that point.
Yeah.
And far too away from them. So I think keep the pressure on, keep pushing, and try and wrap it up as early as possible.
Yeah, I mean, even if Jarvik Bell can't pick up a wicket here, even if he can only go for 1 or 2 runs in this over, he's still the number 1 strike bowler in the Invitational 11 team, and the pressure he's heaping on these guys is quite something. And that's very cleanly fielded and a lovely return throw, and backed up as well. Yeah, good play all round there. So yeah, I think that's the way for them to go, and that's what they're trying to do. So it'd be interesting to see what happens after Jarvik Bell's over. Who's going to come on from the northern or Chateau end? Who's going to replace him? So that'll be interesting to see. That's a bit fuller, but just literally just bunted away into the offside for nothing. And once again, the pressure starts mounting. Run rate 10.67. 37 for 2, 6.5 overs gone. Jarvik Bell bowling very economically.
Straight down the ground. I'll take the single there, but
maybe a touch lower.
Yeah.
Lower, I think. You don't think I was saying louder, did you?
That's hilarious. Carol, one of the organisers, came over to ask about the music, and deliberately misheard the request that maybe just turn it down a notch. Good spirits here at the ground. It's been punched to the gap. I reckon that's gonna fielders will get that.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Carol. No. You did it with a smile. That's amazing.
So just 2 runs there. And so the last ball of Jarvik Bell's spell coming up, he's got 18 for 1 with 1 maiden. Terrific over that maiden. Let's see how he can finish. Oh, he's bowled a loopy, slower ball that's gotten past the batter.
yeah, I completely misjudging that one. So
He did.
Iqbal finishes his 4 overs. We're going for 18 runs, 1 wicket, 1 maiden. Well bowled there, and
That's terrific bowling.
he's kept the run rate down.
Yeah. In a T20, if you offered that at the start of the innings, you would take that. That is a very good performance. And he's had a good day. He's had a very good day with the ball. He can be very proud of himself, give himself a pat on the back. He's picked up a number of wickets, and he's bowled very economically. And he's put the Invitational 11. He's given him a red-hot go at taking this game. And Accord are languishing on 40 for 2 after 7. Run rate at 5.7. The required run rate now pushing close to 11, but the batsmen have seen off the best bowler in the invitational level side.
So,
So it's all for them to do in these middle overs. They're going to have to go
basically,
pretty magical in a few of these overs, get 20 plus if they can from a couple of overs, and it's game on. I wouldn't count. I'm not going to count them out just yet. There's still just a lot of work to be done though.
Yeah, and they have a lot of support here from their fans.
They do.
Despite being on the back foot, they're supporting their team.
Yeah, they've got some very, very good support here.
Sitting here near the boundary line, cheering every run, every boundary. So it's not too often right now, but they'll be hoping they can get some more.
True.
As soon as possible. Because they do need runs.
Yeah, it's just
That's
me
one
down the
there.
ground. That's one. That's going to help. Everyone helps.
140 or 77 balls required now. That's
It's a tall
quite
order.
a tough ask. Yeah.
That's a tall order, isn't it? Yep. Aditya is continuing his spell from the southern end. Another quick single. I think they'll get that quite safely, and they do. Yeah, very tall order now. Very tall order. Run rate now just a smidge under 11. And these two batsmen now have been out there for a while. The partnership is worth 20. They've steadied the ship from those two early losses.
we're just getting an update.
So these two batsmen now, they've been out there for a few deliveries. Vivek has been out for 20 deliveries, 21 deliveries. Oh, bit of a misfield. They'll scamper through for a single there.
1-1-1 was over.
He's not seeing a lot of boundaries. Rowan Tiagi's got the one boundary. In his 13 runs, he's faced 12 balls. So I'd be interested to see how Accord handle these middle overs and how they approach these bowlers. They going with intent and with aggression, or are the bowlers going to be able to hold their own and try and keep the scoring down? Either way, it's going to be tough. Just clipped out to the offside. Just a quick single there. Well, they can't win it in singles, and it's going to get to the point where they're not going to be able to win in twos either. So they need to be very careful here. They need to get on their bikes and do something magical.
Yeah, they need boundaries, and well, these two batsmen
Two balls to
combined
come. Two
with
balls to
only
come.
1-4. So they're struggling for runs. Couching on a strike rate of 72, which just isn't good enough. It's in the
There he
air,
is. And the catch is held.
well taken by Farad.
Yeah, very good catch there by Fard. He's
That was,
positioned himself well, straight to the mitts. Gives his bowler a little bit of a clap as well. Well bowled and well caught.
well taken there.
And Vivek, in the attempt to move things along, as you say, has holed out at long on.
And well, the strategy you were talking about earlier to bowl your best bowlers now and try to put that pressure on the batting team, it seems to have worked. And
Yeah,
just,
absolutely.
Just a few more dot balls.
We've had one
That
run,
required
one
run rate will be above 12, which means
Yeah.
they'll need more
If
into a ball, which is tough from that position.
If you look at those last 8 deliveries in the recent, you've got 0-1, 2, 0-1, 1-1-1 wicket, and that is just scoreboard pressure that brought that about, that wicket. That's very well played by the Invitational 11. They know they've got them where they want them.
They've got Sachin Goyal coming into bat now.
Good, the new batter, that's right.
An average of 29 so far. Pepsi Cup. Not bad with a strike rate
Not too bad.
of 92, so we'd have to
Okay.
speed that up a bit maybe. But
Well, if he can deliver those runs at a faster strike rate, he's going to go a long way to help his team. Current run rate is now 5.62. That's clipped away to the towards the fielder out on the deep square leg boundary. Fires a return in, lovely throw, keeps it just to 1. And that'll be the over. So 5 runs off the over, but that very important wicket of Vivek Kaushik, and 45 for 3 after 8. The for the 136 runs needed from 72. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I really aren't. I just think the Invitational 11 have got too much on the board, and I'm not sure if Accord have got the batting. But I'm opening the door for them to prove me wrong, to really have a red hot go at this.
Yeah, well, we saw Sledgehammer earlier in the day against Invitational come back to score a lot after a poor start, but
yeah,
I just can't see it happening here with Accord. I mean, they've not really got the reputation like Sledgehammer.
16.
It's a really good point. Sledgehammer at 5 down for 34, and they end up putting. What they end up putting on the board? 182. Was it?
Yeah, 144 run partnership, but
44 run partnership. So they got 179 runs on the board. It's it's practically what has to be scored here, but this is a different level, unfortunately, for Accord. And Sledgehammer were just phenomenal.
Yeah, well, we saw their matchup yesterday and how it went.
Yeah.
But Accord will definitely take this. Short, wide, down the leg side.
Yeah, well taken by the keeper. Got across there and collected that one. This is Naveen Gunasekaran, who's come on to bowl from the Chateau end. Well, it's kept a little bit low. It's tricked everybody. And just scamper through for a bye.
Run quickly. Just out of view on your screen, the fielders on the offside, all quite close in, and as the bowler is running up, they are aggressively walking in, trying to put pressure on the batsman.
It's a good tactic.
Oh, and swing and a miss there.
Yeah, he's missed out there. It was nice and short, outside off. Could have carved that away anywhere into the gap.
Yeah.
This is Rowan Tiagi on strike. He's been in there for 14 deliveries. He should be pretty set now.
Yeah, struggling to get that stroke rate above 100.
He's pretty much clipped that into no man's land. There is no one out there within a good 50 metres of where that ball went.
So I'll take the 2, well run.
Yeah, very well run. Yeah, he's clipped it very square. But the fielder who went to it was the man who's, excuse me, just in front of us at fine leg. So that's a long way to go to field at square leg.
Yeah, a very offside dominant field.
Which is probably why Rowan's looking to go leg side, even with that stroke there. Anything on off stump or close to his legs, anything on the stumps, he's going to try to go leg side. And why wouldn't you?
Yeah, big gap if you can get hold of the ball. Pull shot definitely on.
Yeah, from cow corner, there's a gap all the way to third man. Now, an army could go through there and they wouldn't see each other. That's good bowling. With gaps like that around the ground, that's really good on. Dot ball is absolute gold right now.
Yeah, well, when you've got a field with such gaps, you have to bowl well, have to bowl intelligently, get your line and length right to allow the batsman to get it into those gaps.
That's right. Something that we're taught very early in cricket is bowl to your field. Be smart about how you want your field set up and bowl to them. Has a look at the umpire. No wide signalled. That's another dot ball. Naveen finishes first over for only 3 runs. Very miserly there. Didn't want to give anything away. Accord on 49 for 3 after 9. 12 runs per over now required. We're now at 12.
Yeah, so,
this is where the panic will set in.
Yeah, 2 a ball.
It's so tough. 2 a ball is so tough.
And they need boundaries basically now to try and get that required run rate down a bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure where they're going to come from. I mean Rowan Tiagi, he looks like a well-built player. He looks like someone who could hit the ball and strike it quite hard. Although I did have a quick chat to him just before we started, and he did have a little bit of an injury in his finger. He did have the magic spray on his finger from the drop catch he had here earlier. So he was a little bit uncomfortable, and maybe that's playing on his mind a little bit, and obviously physically hampering his efforts as well.
So going into the 10th over now.
Nicely bowled.
Switching well, wanted a single there, but it just wasn't on.
Sazib Boyan following up very, very briskly there to make sure there was going to be no chance for a run. Sazib, who's been in the Czech national team now for a little while, he's put in a few good performances with the ball recently. He got a really good 3-for in Central Europe Cup game about a week ago now. He's coming to bowl, another dot ball, well bowled. He does get a little bit of movement, and also this breeze that he's bowling into is going to play a little bit of havoc with the batsman. So it's all working for him.
Takže nyní nadhazuje česká 11 proti Kordu z Indie, který teď potřebuje 131 bodů z 62 míčků, takže potřebují víc než 2 body za každý míček, což je opravdu těžké a musí zkoušet dávat nějaké 4 a 6. Takže určitě sledujte, protože tím, že půjdou na ty velké střely, tak buď uvidíme veliké 6 a 4, což se vždycky hezky kouká, anebo nějaké auty, tím, jak moc se budou snažit. Vypadá to, že česká 11 vyhraje poprvé, dnes hrála ve všech 3 zápasech a v prvních 2 se jim nepodařilo získat výhru, ale tady je opravdu s dobrým odpalováním a s dobrým nadhazováním si jdou svůj první výhru na tomto Pepsi Cupu. To je druhý den tohoto turnaje a poslední zápas. A zítra budou finálové zápasy Pepsi Cupu 2022. Takže pokud můžete, určitě se stavte zde ve Vinoři.
It's gone high.
Tady je jeden ten aut, o který jsem mluvil. Snažil se jít na tu velkou střelu, na tu 6, ale dobře chyceno. Takže zítra přijďte do Vinoře, abyste mohli vidět i takovéto auty v živé akci. Bude tu i finále a následné zvedání poháru.
It's good to see a bit of support in the chat for Record as well. Nethrapal Singh, thanks for joining us in the chat. Lovely to see you there. Hello from everybody here at Vinor to you. Thanks for joining us. And Accord unfortunately have lost their 4th wicket. Juggled catch there. That was on the last ball of the 10th over. 52 for 4 after 10. A pretty good over there from Sazib. Went for 3 runs, picked up the wicket. Disappointed Accord batsman trudging his way back just past us now.
Yeah, doing a bit of commentary in Czech there, I mentioned that now that Accord will have to go for it, we might see some wickets as they're trying, either some wickets or some nice shots, some boundaries. And well, it didn't take long in the wicket came. He went for the big shot, trying to get that 6, but couldn't quite get hold of it.
Yeah, and thanks to you for doing a bit of commentary in Czech for any local Czechs listening. It's always good to have, really good to have. It's we're trying to spread the word of cricket here in Czech Republic, and I think we're doing a pretty good job. And yeah, players such as yourself coming through the ranks, always good to see them, Moshe, so much appreciated. It was gone for a bit of a paddle shot, but might have just come off the body. No, it's come off nothing, it's a wide ball. So a wide. Haven't seen too many wides this innings. The bowlers have been fairly good, not too many extras. The dance down the pitch to meet the ball, and it's been punched down the ground on the offside just for 1. It's Rohit Camboy is the new batsman to the crease.
Did okay with the ball.
Yeah, yep. Did okay with the ball.
He'll need to do more than okay with the bat here if they want to stand any chance of winning.
Yeah, yeah. If they want to get the win here, then they need to take this required run rate of 12.92, and they need to beat it back down under 10. And they're going to take this game as deep as they can to try to effect a win. The Invitational 11, on the other hand, they've got 4 wickets of the Accord batsmen back in the shed. They've really put the clamps on. The run rate, current run rate is at 5.3. Oof. And based on current numbers in front of me, it does look like Invitational 11 are going to notch up their first win, but there's still 9.4 overs left in this match.
For everyone watching, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, the Cricketova Academy channel, where all the games are being live streamed, and do that to make sure you don't miss out on any of the action from the finals day tomorrow. Also subscribe to the Pepsi Cup social media at Pepsi Cup Prague on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, as that is going away for
rhubarb stick.
Rohit Camboy.
Yeah, he's wellied that one through the offside to the boundary. Lovely shot. It was a wide ball. It was even floating even wider, and he went to the pitch of it, went out to meet it, and has put it straight through the gap. Lovely shot.
He's looking aggressive here as he's found the gap through cover, but the fielder will just about cut it off.
He has. That was a good tumbling save.
They'll make 2.
Yeah, they'll get 2 for that.
Cambodia.
So Campbell showing a bit of intent. It's what they need. Straight to the fielder though, along the ground, no run there. I'm looking to the leg side. There's 3 players deep on the leg side, and well, it's the end of the over, so they'll change over, so no point talking about that. At 11 overs gone, 60 for 4 on the board for Accord, and a ton of work in front of them. And but Rohit Camboy has come out, showed a bit of intent, which is really good to see. Sachin Goyal is his batting partner, and it's up to these two now, more than ever, to take it to the Invitational 11 bowlers and see if they can force the issue.
Yeah, Cambodia, we saw him warming up in the nets a while ago, smacking a few balls, so
yeah, okay.
Came in nice and ready. You can see, actually see photos from that net session of Accord on Pepsi Cup Instagram. So make sure you follow there for more photos as well. That's a little flick off the pass. They'll come back for 2.
I'm happy to say that I follow the Pepsi Cup Instagram account. I discovered it the day before yesterday, and quite happy to jump on that and see what's going on. And some really good posts, some good vision, great photos, good updates. Definitely worth following if you're getting behind this tournament, which I highly recommend you do. Oh, he's gone aerial there. It's going to probably fall safe though. It does. Just the one. Yeah, well, intent from the batsman there, definitely to go out from Rohit. He knows he needs to go and do something about this. Oh, sorry, that was Sachin Goyal. Rohit Camboy facing now.
One of 2 actually.
See if he can get after Sazib Boyan, who's only gone for 6 runs off his 1.2 overs.
He got dropped scoring 106 in the way, 67, and then in the next 4 hours he made it on to 246.
That's just taking his mark. Just readjusting his gloves, having a look around. Again, more heavily stacked on the offside. That's the attack that the bowlers are going for. Yeah, it's a nicely played shot. And they take one on the arm, and it's well run. Very well run.
And there's some words of encouragement once again from the supporters here. Just got some messages in from people on the Instagram appreciating a bit of Czech commentary and Czech coverage.
Fantastic.
Maybe I'll try
Nice to get
Yeah, that's really good to hear.
the sport spread amongst the locals.
That's what we want to see. Just clipped away down the ground just for a single. Well, they could be hitting singles for all day, but it's not going to make a lot of impact into this final score. So the last ball of the over coming up, says that Boyan's been very tight with his bowling. He's picked up a wicket. See if he can finish this one out. Or Batsman gives him half a charge, but in at the end, darts it in, dot ball. Yeah, Boyan's having a pretty good match here with the ball. His 2 overs have gone for 9 runs. He's picked up a wicket as well. He's doing the job, as all the invitational 11 bowlers doing the job. Keeping that run rate around about 5.5 and over, and stopping Accord from making any kind of charge to a winning total. Run rate now over 14 and over.
Yeah, and now it feels like we're just watching sort of a training game here. Can't seem out of it already. It's just balls being bowled.
Yeah, it's a good observation actually, Moshe. I kind of agree. I feel that in that over maybe the sting has gone a little bit out of the game. I think maybe Accord recognised what they're up against.
No, 61 was probably...
Maybe Rohit will prove me wrong.
Freddie got love wickets.
Well, he's trying to.
I'd say you go after a ball like that.
Yeah.
In training as well. I mean, that was a slow full toss, and he didn't quite get hold of it fully. Was trying to get it over that boundary without the bounce, but they'll take the 4, I'm sure.
But yeah, Balodia just made it a bit too full and a bit too wide, and any batsman worth his money will always put that away, and he quite rightfully did. Just bumps the next one back for a dot ball though. So Rohit Kamboj, he's not gonna dodge, not trying. He's gonna go for this, as he should. Get a bit of batting practice in at least anyway.
Well, I mean, you might as well get some boundaries for yourself in the process. No point not trying.
Nah, got to try. Just a leg by, just down the leg side there. As sort of feel like we're going into the last couple of hours of sunlight. Actually, no, sunset here is around about 9 o'clock, isn't it? About this time of year. So we've still got a few hours of light. It's just a little bit of cloud about, but it's still good vision. Single to Sachin Goyal, bring a Rohit back on strike. Yeah, the Accord batsmen find it very hard to go after these invitational 11 bowlers. Well, there's a red hot chance there for a boundary, and there's another one. Similar to his first boundary in the first ball of this over. If you're going to put it wide outside off stump like that, and it's going to be full, that's his shot. So if you're going to bowl it there, put protection out there.
Yeah, low risk for the batsman in that position.
Yeah.
He's taking it well.
Yeah, that's far hard out there at deep extra cover. He's managed to pierce that field. And they've managed to get rid of foam now. That's just a little dolly catch, and Parth has got his man, he's got his revenge. And Rohit Kamboj in for a cameo of 17 off 13 deliveries with 3 wonderful boundaries. Struck the ball really well, but unfortunately that's his innings over. And they're now 5 wickets down for 76. And the middle order hasn't fired. Unfortunately, they probably wanted a lot more out of Kamboj than that. But they weren't going to get it in this match. Tough going here. 105 runs required of 42. 15, exactly 15 required from every over, which was Chinese language is really hard.
Yeah, they're looking disappointed, the Accord batsman.
Himanshu Arora, the new batsman in. A lot of work to be done. Not sure it's going to get done. 7 overs to go.
Required run rate of 15. And as you mentioned earlier on, once it gets past that 12, it just keeps growing.
It has grown quickly, hasn't it?
And it's tough to stop.
Yeah, it pretty much goes exponential once it gets past 12. It can be a slow grind in the early overs, but if the batsmen aren't forcing the issue and hitting those boundaries, you need 1 or 2 boundaries an over, and you need singles to fill in the gaps, and you start to make a really good score. But unfortunately, they just haven't been able to do that. The bowling's been a bit too good.
This, I suppose, gets really
Flicked away and another single. Invitation 11 will be fine with that.
Yeah, Sazib's come back for a 3rd over. He's bowling very economically, and he'll be looking to pick up 1 or 2 wickets here to add to his tally. He probably would feel he could have done better with the bat, but let's see how he can do with the ball against this Accord lineup. He guided away, but straight to the man at practically a gully position there, very short. Yeah, I think he's just in a standing position. I don't even think he's walking in.
Oh, he's bowling.
Well, he's gone to guide it away again, but
I'm not quite sure what the batsman was doing there when the ball's straight onto middle stump.
Yeah, he's made a complete hash of that, hasn't he? Complete hash of that.
Even when you...
Wise words to my left there from Richard. He's never try to cut a straight ball. It's so true.
Even when you're desperate for runs, you can get them a different way, and I mean that just sums their batting performance up.
It does, yeah. I know I've said a few times to try to be inventive, but that was not an invention. That's been done before, and it should never get done again. Missed the straight one, and yeah, I mean, I've said a few times they're in all sorts of trouble. I just don't feel like I don't think the winner's on the board anymore for them. I think they realise now that this is just a case of let's get some batting practice for the lower order, and let's see the game out. Let's take it deep, take it all the way to the 20th over. Sazib gets his 2nd. That's a great delivery. If he'd missed that, he would have had his 3rd.
And now that the Invitation 11 have pretty much got it wrapped up, maybe an opportunity to give some of the other players a bowl, prepare for tomorrow for the final day. It's hard to recover, but
well, yeah,
stopped.
That's a good point. At some point, probably during this match, the captain might think about what's going to happen tomorrow. Might think about what he wants to do with his players to give them a little boost. But I think there's probably also a few tired bodies out there, so it'll be interesting to see how they work the bowling in these next few overs. It's been hit out. That's not a bad strike. It might get pulled up, and it doesn't go all the way. That's been chopped through for 2.
So Phil, what do you think about man of the match?
Oh, you're throwing me a curveball. Oof. Probably right now I'm thinking Sahil Grover. His 68 runs at the start of the Invitational innings was really important. I think all the batsmen did well, but his opening stand with Piyush Singh put the Invitational 11 on a perfect plateau for the rest of the players who came in. And as we saw in the scorecard, no other player really sort of went on to make a big score, but they all contributed, 10 and 12 runs. I think Sahil Grover's 68 was absolutely vital. Flip side of the coin, if you have a look at the bowlers, I think Javed Iqbal has been probably my pick of the bowlers for the Invitational team today. Having only gotten 1 wicket for today, though, it'd be a bit harsh to give man of the match to someone who's only picked up one wicket. Sazib Boyan, he's got a couple of wickets now. He's bowled very economically as well. He's 3 overs gone for only 13 runs, and it's a tough one. I think you would have to go with the batsman though. That's how I'm. So that's what I think you got to go with the batsman.
Yeah,
what do you guys think about that?
they set it up nicely for the bowlers. You know, they got a big score, and well, it's another wicket there.
They brought on Ambar and he's picked up a wicket.
Bowled once again.
Out of nowhere.
But Benjamin, you asked the question. Who would you give the player of the match award to?
I think I totally agree with Phil. 68 runs, really crucial for the team. And yeah, that's what I think.
84-7.
It seems reasonable, doesn't it? I mean, 68 runs in an opening stance of 97, wasn't it? To me, I just think that set the tone for what is going to end up being quite a comprehensive win by the Invitational 11. I know there's still a little bit of cricket to go in this match, but you know, we're 14.2 overs gone. They're 80 for 7. In all honesty, they may struggle to hit 100.
Yeah. They may struggle to see out the 20 overs the way it's going.
That's the other thing too.
Well, the Invitation 11 ended on 180 for 7. Accord currently on 80 for 7. So quite the difference there.
Quite. That's almost another wicket right there. Well, when you've got someone like Ambar who can come in at this stage of the innings in the 15th over and pick up a wicket and almost a second wicket just like that in a lower order, that's quite something strong to have in your armoury. It's just been swiped away across the line out to a deep square leg just for the one. So good over this one. Dot ball wicket, dot ball 1. 2 balls to go. And Bakachala here. Really put the brakes on. Well, I say he's put the brakes on. I think the brakes were applied from over number 1, to be honest. I think Accord have just missed the trick here. They've been gallant, but they haven't got the firepower against this bowling lineup.
Yeah, got himself a wicket too.
Did.
Gone for just 2 runs.
Ooh, bit of confusion there.
No runs.
That is no runs. That's another dot ball.
Goyal didn't want to take it.
Goyal didn't want to go anywhere. Sandeep seemed very keen to get off strike. And that's the end of the over. End of the 15th, 82 for 7. That's a terrific over from Ambar Kachala. Very well bowled. 1 wicket for 2 runs.
15 overs stage, over 8 update,
and
minus 1 minute.
I know that the Accord team will probably watch this game over again. I don't want to labour the point, but that run rate now is up to 19.8 per over required. I think it's fair to say at this point that the game is in the realms of impossibility for them to snatch.
Yeah, when you need to a ball, it's bad, but it's still fairly doable. But over 3, it's pretty much impossible.
So tough. It's funny. It's something that our friend Vinny from ECM used to tell me. He used to say to me, once he hits 18, that's technically the point of no return, because once you hit 18 runs per over needed, and that's 3 runs needed per ball, you're not hitting a boundary. That rate will just jump. And I think it was 2 overs ago when we've said, look at the rate, it's up to 15 per over. It's now just under 20.
Yeah,
and Farhad's coming on to bowl. How did that miss? Wow.
You've got no chance, especially since neither of your batsmen hit a 4, never mind a 6.
I'm backing Farhad to get a wicket here. I'm thinking bold.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Yeah, I think that last delivery, not this one, just going the one before, I thought for all money he was going to bowl him. But there was just a bit of moving away.
He looks confident, the batsman don't really.
A tale of two stories right there, huh?
He's searching for his first wicket of the game.
Oh, he's punched that one through the gap. That's very nice. That's going to go all the way, I reckon. Or is it just pulling up? Nah, that's gone for 4. And I noticed Fahar was off the short run. He may have to go back to the long run again. I don't think he'll be happy about that.
Umpire
signal 4?
hasn't quite signalled yet.
Peter, can we just have a clarification?
But he's asking the fielder.
Yeah,
cheers, thanks.
I was going by the fielder's body language on that, the way he sort of gave up and was very, sort of nonchalant when he got to the ball. I thought that was, but yeah, we needed to hear that or see that from the umpire.
It was hit hard, but it just slowed down by the boundary. And
It's
Sachin Goel with another big shot. Fielder is out there. It's going to be squarer.
They get through for 2.
Launched back to the keeper.
Was it-
Sachin Goel now.
Interesting from the keeper, I don't know if you noticed, but the keeper dumped the glove off his throwing hand in anticipation to throw down the stumps at the bowler's end, but there was no one backing up at the bowler's stumps. The fielder at mid-on and mid-off were flat-footed, and the bowler was in mid-wicket as well. That's clever.
He tried it the first ball.
Yep, and he's done it on this ball, and it's worked to get a couple.
Not quite gone for 4, but yeah, it's a nice shot. Anything behind yourself when you're not out as a batsman, it's nice and it'll get you runs.
Yeah.
If you manage to get it over the keeper.
So Farhad's gone for 8 off this over so far. He's off the short run. He'll be a little disappointed in himself not picking up a wicket in this over, I reckon. He's bowling to the lower middle order, and he will fancy his chances to get a wicket.
Yeah, but Sachin Goel hasn't been striking at the rate required, but he's looked pretty good. Otherwise, picking up another single there.
He has looked alright, yeah. He's looked very good.
So 4 overs left.
Yeah, good over. Good over for a record. If only it was twice as much, they would be on par with what they're after. But 91 for 7 after 16, 4 overs to go. And that is 90 runs needed off 24 deliveries.
Yeah, but looks like they will get to that 100 now.
Yes.
Questioned a couple of hours ago, but
yeah. Again, a year of little
now.
faith. That's what I'm
Thanks for your help on that boundary. Much appreciated.
Yeah, they should definitely get to 100 now. 91 for 7, barring any amazing hat trick in this over. Although it's Amber coming back for his Amber Kachala coming back for his next over. Did you take a wicket in the last over?
Right. In the air, we'll just over the fielder at mid-off. So they'll take the single. Sandeep the bar on strike.
So Sandeep's only faced 3 deliveries just for the 1 run. See what he can do with this bowling attack. Oh, he swatted that one down the ground.
I'll take the single. Fielder can quite get there. A bit short of that ball, kept quite low.
Did. I've got to say, I kind of lost it in the sky there. I couldn't see if it was going to carry or not. And the fielder sort of stopped and waited for the ball to land and then come to him. Sachin gets inventive, and he invents himself a dismissal.
Well,
there you go.
Third time he's tried that.
When the shot works, it does look impressive. It really does. When the shot doesn't work, oh well. I can't blame him for trying at all. I think right frame of mind. Try to be inventive. Try something a bit different. But unfortunately, it hasn't worked for him, and he's lost his stumps. That sound of the leather ball hitting those stumps, echoing across Vinor. So, Amber Kachala with another wicket. He's now got 2. He's only gone for 4 runs. He's been very economical. 93 for 8. I'm telling you, that 100, it's not a foregone conclusion. Still got a bit of work.
Yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Well, the number 10 batsman is strode to the crease. Karan Kumar. If Amber keeps this on the line, keeps it on the stumps, he could end up with another one here.
Yeah, Karan Kumar didn't have a great time batting yesterday. He's one player from the Accord team that I specifically remember.
Really? Yeah.
Being impressed with the bat.
Okay.
But that one wide down the leg side.
Well, he's turned that away nicely to a vacant region. I don't think he wants to. I think he's happy to go to the non-striker's end. Yeah, he's happy to let Sandeep take the strike. .95 for 8. 2 balls to come in this over.
Down leg again.
Yeah, he's been pushing him down leg a bit, hasn't he? He's undoing some of the good work he did in that first over of his.
A couple of loose balls. Just have to try and straighten up a bit. Because a wicket is definitely there if you can get it onto the stumps. I think attack the stumps now is a tactic as the bowler.
Yeah, that's better. That's much better.
Just missed them and keep on for a stumping. Not out since the batsman though.
Yeah, the batsman, I didn't really see his back foot lift. I mean, from here we're a fair way away, but obviously the umpire was quite content that there was nothing there. There was no appeal anyway. And it's good to see the keeper up to the stumps for his bowler as well. I mean, Amber Kachal's got a little bit of pace about him. He's probably medium pace, but I think it's really good of a keeper, especially with someone like Devinder Singh, the keeper, who's quite brave. And he's experienced. He's quite happy to come up to the stumps, wearing the helmet, in the hope that he can keep the batsman in his ground, and if there's a bit of a dance down the pitch, he could affect a stumping. That's a terrific ball again.
Yeah.
Much better. Great way to finish the over.
Yeah, well, if you're confident enough in your ability to get the potential stumping or the catch from close in, you might as well do it.
Yeah.
And, with all protective gear, there's hardly any risk of injuries. Probably lower than in the field, actually, with having gloves on. So,
if wicketkeepers are good at their craft, they're gonna follow the ball. They're gonna follow the line constantly. So they know where the ball should end up. They'll be mirroring in their head, even though they may be slightly unsighted. And that's what good keepers do. Obviously, when it goes to the leg side and you've got to go behind the batsman, it makes it a bit tough. You can lose your line. But that's a sign of good keeping, and I like to see that from Divi. He's a good keeper. It's been around for a while, and I think it's really good. And I think you're right. He can affect the stumping. You keep the batsman in his ground as well, and I think that's really critical. And the batsmen feel that pressure.
And from close in, you can maybe slip a few words into the batsman's ear.
I would never do that. You send that because I'm Australian, and that's what we like to do. Just a little chirp in the ear, just a little how you doing? It's a nice day today, isn't it? This is Naveen Ganasekaran, who's come back onto bowl from the southern end.
It'll be interesting to hear what's being said out there as that's an easy catch.
Yeah. Whatever was said has worked. Yeah, he's sliced that one straight to an extra cover position. That offside infield is swarming with players, and that was always going to be an easy catch.
So 96 for 9 now.
So they are in danger of not getting to 100. They're in danger of not batting out their overs as well.
Well, it's serious danger of not batting out their overs. Some plenty of balls left.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And no, one wicket now. Well, Kumar, who
What's his name again?
I wasn't expecting anything special from, leaves the middle without putting up much much of a fight. I think the fight has already been lost, but without even scoring any runs really for himself.
Yeah, well, I mean, you did call it a few. Well, when he came in, you said, look, he wasn't that impressive in his previous innings, and he's followed up with that by sticking to that same trend. He hasn't been impressive in this innings, but you know what? He's not in the team for his batting. He's in his team for the bowling, so he can look to the top and middle order and say, well, I had to go out there because the job wasn't done. Yeah, this has been a tough day in the office for Accord, no doubt about it.
Yeah, they're going to be winless going into the finals day, which is going to make it tough for them. But yeah, they'll have to just try their best tomorrow, and hoping they're saving the best for last.
There's a couple of appeals out there, but umpire's unmoved. I feel like the keeper's trying to explain himself, trying to explain why he's appealing.
I'm appealing.
This is why I'm appealing. 1, I think he was out. 2, he was out. And 3, C points 1 and 2. Bowler comes in again. Well, he didn't know much about that.
Yeah, he was almost trying to do like a DRS review without actually having the technology, trying to walk the umpire through it step by step.
This is the reasons why I've drawn a schematic in the time that we've been talking, and that's what I think. 96 for 9. 18 overs gone, 2 overs to come. The game is out of the reach of the Accord team. And if you have a look at those last 10 or so deliveries, it's basically one wide, dot ball, dot ball, dot ball, dot ball, dot ball, wicket, which is a dot ball, dot ball, dot ball, dot ball, dot ball. And that's been the story of the Accord innings, sadly. Too many dot balls. Their batsmen just couldn't get going. And disciplined bowling by the Invitational 11. Very disciplined bowling.
So, looking at the screen, it looks like we've got some wicket maiden there.
We have a wicket maiden, we do too. Good spot. Naveen Gunasekaran has bowled a wicket maiden.
Is that the second one?
That's the second wicket maiden of, the second maiden of the game, but second wicket maiden of the tournament. It's very unusual on the T20, isn't it?
So, well bowled here.
There's another dot ball.
The Invitation 11. Have brought on Sahil Grover.
Ooh. Could be a wicket here.
Oh, he's dropped.
Sahil Grover cannot believe it. He was. They brought him on, I reckon, to.
He was looking to add to his 68 runs scored with a wicket to solidify his place as player of the match.
That's exactly what it was about, and that would have done it. I don't think there would have been any more discussion. He would have walked on with his head held high. Instead, it was spilled.
An opportunity for the Invitational 11 to end it early there as well. In the air for a while again.
And it's going to be a run out. Oh no, hang on, wait.
Is it? No.
I think he did get it, yes, but he made it look very, very difficult. So that is a run out.
So that's a wrap then.
That is a wrap. Sandeep Barber has been run out at the non-striker's end after a potential single that was probably never on. A few handshakes between the batsmen and the fielders. The fielders are coming together as well. The batsmen are trudging off. They you know, these are the batsmen number 10 and 11. It was not up for them to get the winning score on the board, and they were never going to do so. So after 18.3 overs, Accord have been bowled out for 97 runs. They didn't get the 100.
They did not. Disappointing.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed with
performance
that.
from them.
They will be quite disappointed with that.
They
And
just haven't been up to it in these 2 days.
just couldn't find their strides, could they? I'm sure they're a quality team, but they just couldn't find. I couldn't find where they fit into this tournament. I feel with these 6 games. Well, 6 games, but they've played 3 of them, and that's been tough for them today to come in and play the afternoon match. I played against the team that has already played 2 matches prior, so I did feel that there could be a slight advantage to Accord when the game started. I thought Czech national team, there I am, the Invitational 11, they've already played 2 T20 matches, playing 3 is quite tough.
Losing both, you might have thought it's...
losing both as well, yeah.
They would have been slightly down, and
It's easy.
it's a bit of a shame as Accord's supporters group, which was here, loving it, enjoying
Yes.
the music.
Yes, the supporters around the ground.
Live here at Vinor and in the live stream.
That's right. Fortunately, they are winless after 2 days of Pepsi Cup group action.
Yeah, but they'll be hoping to come back stronger for the final day.
Yeah, tomorrow's finals. Do we have a schedule of the finals tomorrow? I did see there was something written in the hospitality tent about who plays who in the finals tomorrow. Ah, Venky's back with us now. Might ask him, see if he's got an answer for us. Do you know, Venky? Do you know the schedule of matches tomorrow?
Yeah, so it's going to be... 1 second.
Actually, I'm going to pass you over to Venky, I reckon he knows, because he pretty much wrote the book on this tournament.
Come on, guys.
You have your phone well because I'm kill the feed otherwise. Oh no, that's fine. Just give me a second.
And Umpires discussing the man of the match just next to us. I'm pretty confident they're going to go with Sahil Grover. I think that makes a lot of sense. But they're having a discussion about it now.
Yeah,
It wasn't really a bowler who stood out, who took a ton of wickets that I recall.
there's no reason not to give it to him.
668 in an opening partnership that yielded 180 runs. I think that's a pretty good combination. Cool.
And, we have the schedule up here for tomorrow. So first game at 9:30 local time, Central European time, which will be final match qualifier against 2nd and 3rd place. Then after that at 1 PM we will have the 4th place, which is now Accord, up against the loser of that previous match.
That's right.
And then obviously at 4:30 PM the grand final, played between the first team and the winner of the final qualifier. So right now, as things stand, Sledgehammer already in the grand final.
Sledgehammer in the grand final, yes.
And tomorrow in the first game, it's all to play for between the Invitational 11 and the United Challengers.
That's
all
right.
From Qatar.
Yes.
So the winner of the Invitational 11 and the United Challengers at 9:30 AM tomorrow will play Sledgehammer in the grand final.
Yes.
And then the losing team
will play for 3rd position against Accord in the middle game at 1 PM.
So this game was maybe more crucial than
Oh yeah,
mentioned.
Yeah.
This is the winner of this, which was the Invitational 11.
That's right.
Qualified for the match 1 tomorrow, which is 2nd against 3rd place.
That's right. That's a really critical game. We're absolutely right there, Moshe. And that means that Accord then go into a 3rd place playoff against the loser of that first match tomorrow, and that pretty much sums up how they've gone. That they can maybe get 3rd, they can maybe stay in 4th, but they're not going to do any better than that. But important news from the Pepsi Cup, of course, that Sledgehammer obviously in the grand final tomorrow for the 4:30 match. But the big game tomorrow is the Invitational 11 versus the United Challengers for a spot in that grand final. Big match first thing tomorrow morning. That's Saturday morning cricket. I look forward to that one.
To try and stop the Sledgehammers from winning their 4th
Yes.
consecutive Pepsi Cup
That's right. Try to get that dominant team, knock them off their perch if they can. But that is a tall order. I've seen Sledgehammer play today. I can see what the teams are up against, and that's tough. That's really tough.
Today, and that's 9:30 game. Tomorrow will be a repeat of today's fixture between the Challengers and the Invitational 11.
That's
which
right.
ended in a Challengers win, but it's fairly close, and the Invitationals
Yep.
will be coming off the back of this win against Accord.
That's right.
High on confidence and
Fresh start tomorrow. Let's see what happens in the morning.
up for a fight to try and get themselves a spot in that grand final.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to leave it here now from Vinor, from the Scott Page Field. Just leaves a couple of things for me to say. Wajit, thank you so much for sitting with me for a couple of matches and having a chat with me. Really fascinating stuff. I look forward to doing more again tomorrow with the finals. Hope you'll be around. And we hope everyone in the chat will be around as well. We look forward to your company tomorrow. Thank you for joining us here in Prague, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Until then, see you later. Oh, player of the match, Sahil Grover.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I heard Sahil Grover was going to be announced man of the match. And on that bombshell, I'll
Check-
say goodnight.
Check our social media for confirmation of that. We will put that up when we have official news from the umpires.
Pepsi Cup on Instagram and Facebook and a Twitter account as well.
Yes,
Fantastic.
Prague.
There you go.
On all of these social media.
Get involved, be involved. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, end of day 2.